And with that, it is go time. Welcome, everybody, to the A3K podcast, powered by Anime3000.com. I'm David Majors. You might know me as DJM. I'm joined by some of the cast and crew here at the A3K network. Starting us off, Miss Jack D. Tyler D. What's going on this week, Jack?
Hello. I'm Jack D. I've got a hat. How about that? I'm also not English. I'll just keep using these awful accents. It's going
Capital.
good.
Sounds capital, darling. You look marvelous as always.
Thank you.
Our next guest this week is one of the hosts of the Manga Corner here on the A3K network. Colton, what's going on, my man?
Hi, I haven't been on a live show in a while. How's it going, everybody? I hope everybody's doing okay.
That's right, everybody. We got Colton, and we're gonna let him just go off. It's gonna be just unfiltered Colton. We're not gonna be able to hold him back.
Fine.
Excitement.
Now, you're all kind of right now like, whoa, what's going on? All this new weird change. There's no Sean Russell. There's no Cody Byer. Jameer is coming back. Jameer will be coming back. JD will be on again very soon. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce to all of you out there in A3K land to, along with myself, the newest member of the A3K team, my co-host on the Nanashi Anime Podcast, cosplayer, artist, and con seller of things extraordinaire, coming to us from Ypsilanti, Michigan, my good friend, Miss Lily Inverse. Lily, we made it! We're on the internet! Us! And just like that, it freezes.
Oh no.
This is what I'm talking about. Oh God, I'm so fired.
It wasn't me this time. Yes.
I'm
yes.
so fired.
Hope the boss isn't watching.
Oh God, Sean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm so sad this happened, but I'm glad it wasn't me.
All right, Lily's back. Hi, Lily. It's Lily Inverse, everybody. Let's try this again. Oh, great. Lily can't hear us. It broke.
Aww.
Really?
Yeah. So,
can you hear me in there, darling?
Lily.
It'll be fine.
You keep saying that.
Lily.
I'm here.
Can you hear me, darling?
Yes.
No, we
Lily.
can't. Oh, wait, we can hear you. Yeah.
Don't apologize. It was amazing. It was hilarious.
It's
That's
live
welcome to
internet. It
internet
happens.
and fail.
We're live. It's okay. We're all going to recover, and I'm the only one that's going to get fired. You guys are fine.
Yeah, we can edit it in post.
So,
I have
now,
an Ethernet cable plugged in. I don't know why.
look, right before the show, Comcast died on me, and it was the exact same thing. Thank goodness I had another Ethernet cable to use. So this is live internet. It happens. But now that we're all back, we're all alive and well, let's just jump in. What have you been checking out this week, Colton? What have you been dotting?
A lot of things. I've been reading a lot of manga, as per usual. I mean, I am the co-host of the Manga Corner. It's what I do. For what? I'm not going to say just yet. Just a little teaser, maybe. Been doing a lot of podcast editing also. For those who don't know, I do a lot of my own podcasts and help my friends with a few of their podcasts, so I keep myself busy and not bored. But when I'm not editing podcasts or reading manga, I've been trying to check out at least one or two new shows, some from the new season, some that I just have never gotten to, but I've always heard things about, such as the first four episodes of Serial Experiments Lane.
Good choice, sir. That is
Nice.
Personally a top 10 all-time favorite of mine. I can't recommend it highly enough.
Gorgeous stuff. Gorgeous.
I won't go on too long about it, but I do want to say that I was going into the show expecting a sort of show like Ava or Elfen Lied, where the show feels like it has something to tell you and it has some kind of big, obvious symbolism to it that makes you go, we get it. It's this thing.
Symbolism.
Which, you know, I totally love shows like that, and by that I mean I don't. But I was pleasantly surprised. The show so far is a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be. I don't some episodes I don't really care much for the art style, but it's okay. The show itself is still very interesting, and I'm definitely gonna keep going. I mean, plus it's only like what 12 episodes or something, so it's not exactly a very big investment or time waster if I don't end up liking the show or whatever. And like I said, I've been watching stuff from the new season, which is rare because I don't really watch a lot. I don't really watch a lot of current stuff other than maybe like JoJo nowadays.
Take a drink. Everyone out there watching and listening, the first mention of JoJo has made its way to the A3K podcast. The JoJo drinking game is now officially in play. And if you are watching, make sure you confirm that you took a drink, join the conversation, and use the hashtag A3K102.
That was so good. I have to applaud you, but
Blah, 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 blah.
yeah, but Cody isn't on this week, so there won't be as much talk of JoJo, so you won't die of alcohol poisoning.
God damn it, he stole my joke.
But let's see. I'm trying to think of a show that I feel like I should recommend to people that I'm watching out of this new season. I think I'm gonna go and tell people that they should go watch Death Parade. Because
I've been hearing a lot of hype about that one. A lot of different places that I go to, all over the internet, that with people that enjoy anime. Death Parade seems to be the show that's getting the hype this season.
Yeah.
So I might check that one out too.
Yeah, first episode was pretty good. Like it was at least interesting enough and kept me on the edge of my seat enough to be like, man, I want to watch the next episode of this. Oh wait, it's not on Hulu yet. I gotta wait a whole another week. So either that or Assassination Classroom would be my my top recommendations for the season.
And I know you and JD will be covering that one on the Manga Corner, correct?
Yep, that's going to be out pretty soon. Hopefully hopefully before the start of February. But I'll talk about that more when we get to the takeaway. But yes, thank you for reminding me. That's pretty much it for me though. I haven't really been doing too much other than that.
All right, Colton. Jackson W. Anderson. What have you been dotting?
Oh, I dotted a lot, and when I finished, I submitted it to Udon Press because I finished my illustration for Fighting Tribute. Look for that. I'll probably get rejected. Get hype. Other than that, I've been watching a lot of Whose Line. That's about it. Whose Line is it anyway for the uninitiated and not theater geeks like I am? Tony Slattery is my waifu.
British Whose Line or American Whose Line?
A little bit of both. However, I didn't watch so much of the UK previously before this, so I thought I'd dip into a little bit more of the UK. So, getting a lot of Tony Slattery, getting a lot of, yes, Mrs. Johnson, if you just put your breasts there and... That's about it.
But you're still getting a healthy dose of Wayne Brady, correct?
Oh yes, and a lot of Ryan Stiles and Colin Mockery, because as we know, apparently Canada is right next door to the UK.
And occasionally you'll sprinkle in some Greg Proops, and it'll be quite delicious overall.
Just a delicious man sandwich of improvisability.
And we have a show title. Lily, my dear. Lily, my friend, what have you been dotting? What have you been into lately?
Well, someone, my new boyfriend, has introduced me to Avatar, so we're on, I think, episode 6 or so. And I know I've never watched it. It's this big endeavor that I've been putting off for so long, but you gotta trust, man. Gotta trust.
You've never watched Avatar?
I haven't. You've outed me on the internet publicly.
Oh my goodness.
I know. And I even, like, once in a while do this podcast about watching anime with this cool guy, DJM, and...
Never heard of him.
Never seen that.
Me neither.
Well, it sounds like an asshole.
I agree.
I already don't like him.
And then for that podcast that I occasionally do, I've been watching Panty and Stocking a little bit. For my Hear that face if you can't look at that face, because you can hear it. I've been listening to pretty much exclusively manga or anime themes, and I just am forever in love with Girls Dead Monster, so it's been Angel Beats soundtrack kind of constantly in my car life.
Huh.
Now,
Would you recommend Angel Beats outside of the soundtrack? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Actually,
much do you
Jack,
want to try?
Lily and I talked about Angel Beats on one of the earlier episodes of Nanashi before we got on the network. If you want to, shameless plug time. If you want to check it out on DeltaJulietMike.com, it is there, and we went in depth about it. We both gave it a good recommendation.
Yeah.
I went into it blind. It was her recommendation, and I liked it.
Wow, that sounds really great and totally not a plug at all.
I agree.
Fair
I'll
warning.
be sure to watch it and not pay $40 for it like I did before the license. Crap!
All them feels, though, guys. Prepare for the feels. All the feels.
That's what I hear all the time.
I'm a big fan of things like Dante's Inferno, so I'm excited for it. The actual poem, not the game. Although the game was funny in its own way, even though it's not supposed to be intentionally. Video games suck sometimes.
Unintentionally funny things are the best, though.
It's true.
Like Evangelion.
Yeah. It's the best unintentionally funny thing.
That poor show. Can everyone on that show please just get some meds? I feel like it would be possible that that entire show would not exist if not for, like, Celexa. I think that would really take care of a lot of things.
I mustn't run away.
No, you should probably run away. You probably would.
I think I'm going to get, since you guys know I'm a big fan of Layton as of 2 weeks ago, I think I'll try and get into contact with Level 5, see if they can somehow get some sort of crossover together for that. I know they did Phoenix Wright and Professor Layton. Let's see if maybe Layton can tackle the mystery of what the fuck happened in Evangelion.
or why the fuck people like it would be a better mystery.
Why do you watch the show?
Why would you do that to yourself, Jack? That's not cool. Self-mutilation is not a good thing. Why would you do that to yourself?
Especially live on the internet.
But hey, it gets views.
See, what else have I been dotting? We're recording Panty and Stocking episode at OhioCon. So,
yeah, we are.
Rocking the panty and stocking pretty hard. That sounds way dirtier than I meant it, though.
Although, if there are any attractive cosplayers out there, hey, how you doing? Columbus, Ohio, OhioCon 2015, last weekend of January. How you doing?
Dem outfits. That's pretty much the only thing I like, and that makes me sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually cosplay stocking on occasion. I won't be cosplaying stocking for OhioCon. I'm hoping to get 2 new cosplays, though, a Chi from Chobits and a Sailor Moon schoolgirl outfit, so like just before she transforms, her Usagi Tsukino outfit.
Now, Lily,
I cosplay stocking on occasion because I actually have a natural shadow that tends to hang over my eyes because of my bangs. So I look like an insane anime character pretty much all the time.
Now, see, Jack, that's a great idea for you. Now, Lily, as your friend and as someone who also lives in the state of Michigan, we're going to a convention in Ohio. So this is something that racks my brain a lot with cosplayers. This is a convention in the state of Ohio during the month of January. How are you not going to die?
Well, I happen to have a disease where I'm always cold, so I kind of don't notice the cold anymore. But I know that's not useful advice for anyone who doesn't have Hashimoto's.
Would you say that the cold didn't bother you in any way?
That's exactly what I was saying, yeah.
Just
Never bothered me anyway, no.
Fascinating.
See, I have that same disease too because unfortunately I live in misery.
You want to build later?
Is it misery or is it Missouri?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Okay.
Mostly Missouri.
Missouri.
Yeah.
Well, since we're on the topics of things being lost in translation, let's just jump in. I found this video. Are you guys familiar with the React YouTube videos where the Fine Brothers bring in things that have little children, teenagers, and old people react to various things on the interwebs?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, this week the Fine Brothers had the team
Not to mention YouTubers.
and YouTubers because they're important.
Because watching freaking Japanese commercials that involve latex outfits is something that PewDiePie needed to inform us about.
And he probably got 11 billion views for that.
Probably.
More than likely.
Haha, it's so great, guys. Oh, it's so funny.
Lord help the children.
Yeah.
Especially after this video. They watched this video of 3 different J-pop videos. Did you guys see this? Did you guys watch this?
I actually didn't get a chance to watch it, no.
All right, well, I'm gonna see if we can do this. I will. Jack?
Yes.
I believe it's time for Jack's weekly T-Pain impression, so while Jack's working on that, I'm going to try and see if I can share out my screen and see if we can make this work. Everybody trust in the heart of the cards.
I'm trying.
And see if we can do this.
Oh, I see it.
I am bread. I love that game.
And
Not even
this,
kidding.
I've heard that's actually really good. Now, all right. Now, they watched a couple of J-pop videos.
Did I lose sound?
I think we might have lost sound.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm not hearing sound on the video, but I'm hearing you, David.
Yeah,
All right,
I
that's fine.
I thought we lost you for a second.
Well, I was hoping we might be able to figure that out, but apparently not. Okay, that'll be for next time. Sean was sick, so we couldn't iron out all the kinks. But yeah, they reacted to this. Have you watched these videos, and what do you think of them reacting to something that, I mean, a lot of us here probably see all the time? Jack, this is probably not your first J-pop video or any of the Para Para. What do you think of the poor children being inundated with this?
I feel bad for them, but hey, more virgin sacrifices for my blood god, so...
Lily, are you for or against indoctrinating the children with J-pop at a young age?
I think it's all about consent, David. If they're able to consent to watching something so out there, then let the children caramel dance.
Let the children... Man, I'm going to have all kinds of problems figuring out a show title for this.
You know what? I would indoctrinate them when they come of age to the Get Down meme, because I don't think that you could ever possibly learn anything more about the birds and the bees than pelvic thrusting and epileptic seizures.
Sounds like Tuesday.
Colton, I would say my opinion on this is that the children being indoctrinated with J-pop and K-pop at a very early age is probably not a great idea, because that will give me all the more reason to think that there might be a chance that they'll start piloting giant robots at a young age, which means it might be the end of the world very soon, and I'm not in favor of that. What do you think, Colton?
I don't know. I honestly don't know if the kids want to listen to J-pop and the K-pop and the A-pops, then go right on ahead. You can't stop the internet.
Now,
What's the worst that could happen?
When I watched this, they all said that their pop music and their videos were much more enjoyable than ours. Why do the children hate America?
Because I guess we're just not as cool as Japan or as creative.
I think it's because we have things like Jay-Z and Rihanna and Kanye.
Have you seen? I will say this. I will shamelessly plug another podcast of a friend of mine. It's called Hallyu-Juku, where they cover J-pop and K-pop. And I will tell you, they're just as bad. It's worse. So don't think for one second that America has a monopoly on bad rap music or good rap music or bad pop music or good pop music. So, yeah, eventually this is how World War III is going to break out. It's going to be a debate between who makes the better pop music, and it's going to be the teenagers piloting the giant robots, like Japan has been saying all along. Am I right?
It's just going to be Evangelion, and everyone's going to love or hate it.
God, everything comes back to Ava.
No.
Everybody's going to be complaining, where are the grappling guns and the gigantic man-eating people?
I just want to know where the skin-tight plug suits are. That's all I want.
I refuse to let this go back to Ava because I started watching Fafnir Exodus. You know, a decent anime with teenage pilots.
I was referencing Attack on Titan. Fuck all y'all.
There will be no disrespecting of Mecha on this show as long as I'm around.
I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and metal fingers.
A shiny.
Now you're learning. Now you're learning, Jack. All in due time. Now, okay, guys, seriously, I just want to be totally honest with you guys here for a second. I just want to throw this around the horn because this is a new thing. I'm kind of an old guy, so I'm not totally hip with what the kids are into these days. What is Love Live?
I don't know. Let me Google that.
I don't know because I'm pretty good at staying away from stuff that doesn't sound that great.
Lily, you have this sheepish grin on your face that
that
you usually get when you're about to tell me something terrible.
The only thing I can say is that it sounds like something I'd be interested in, but also it looks like a harem anime, and those are only occasionally something I'm interested in. So, I don't know.
Because it sounds like something
that's girls and pretty boys.
Oh my god, these are so ugly. Who made this bullshit?
It looks like an Otome game come to life.
NIS America. Okay, that makes sense. Oh my god, my head.
I don't know anything about the plot of the show, but I'm gonna take a guess and say that it's a harem, but somehow the main character gets sucked into a video game, and he has to have a harem within this video game world or something. That's what it sounds like to me, just from the title alone. But I'm sure I'm absolutely wrong, and it's a lot worse than that.
Let me go ahead, Colton, and read for all of us the first introductory paragraph on the Wikipedia article. Love Live.
Yeah, Jack, you don't have to.
I insist.
Okay.
Bitch.
Jack, you have the floor.
Okay.
Thank you. Love Live, or in Japanese, Hepburn Rabu Raibu, is a school idol project, is a Japanese multimedia project co-developed by ASCII Media Works Dengeki G's magazine, music label Lantis. So they got music, some of the most godly creative expressions involved in this, then again, and animation studio Sunrise. The project revolves around a group of fictional schoolgirls who become idols in order to save their school from shutting down. How I wish they'd failed. It launched in August 2010 of Dengeki G's magazine and went on to produce music CDs, anime music videos, 2 manga adaptations, and video games. A 13-episode anime television series produced by Sunrise, Yahiko Kyogyoku, aired in Japan between January and March 2013, with a second season, a 3-hour tour, airing between April and June 2014. Both anime series are licensed in North America by NIS America. An animated film has also been announced, and I can't find ass nor head of any further information about the second Professor Layton movie.
Lillian
God
Hurst,
is dead.
You're the one that introduced me to this particular genre of anime.
I don't know.
Comparing this to Angel Beats, what do you think this sounds like, Lily?
Crap. I don't know. I can't say that it doesn't sound like it has potential, because the fans would lynch me, but it doesn't sound like something in my top choices. Like, just looking at the cover art, they all look like...
the cover art.
some of them might not be, but they all look like girls. They have this very moe, like very simple facial expressions that are all kind of the same.
Of course, no noses. None of them have noses. All of their eyes are really, really wide, even if it is an anime.
This
And
is so mediocre.
they're all in schoolgirl outfits. But I saw on my Twitter feed that people were just loving the show. And
Were they loving live?
You know what? I'll be right back.
See,
I'll be right back.
this right there is exactly why the kids are shipping Jax X GJM, and it's totally not in my head canon. That right there.
Oh, okay, I'm back.
All right, Colton. Dear God, are we? Colton, I'm gonna throw this one to you, Colton.
Okay.
You're gonna have the final call. Should we suggest that Cody review this show?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about the show, and I feel bad for prejudging it when I know nothing about it, or I actually haven't seen any art for the show at all. But
Quit faffing about. Yes or no?
But hold on. I'm not finished. I'm hoping
Hot
it's
take, Colton. Hot
because
take.
You want to know? You want to know what Sunrise is made? You want to know what Sunrise is made? Sunrise is responsible for shows like Cowboy Bebop,
Yep.
Tiger and Bunny,
Yep.
and this. You see this? I know our audio listeners might not see this, but I'm holding up the first volume of Gintama in my hands. Sunrise is responsible for this, for the anime adaptation of this. So I really
they're also responsible for this.
They're responsible for what looks like a hot steaming pile.
Oh, and you know what? You know what? They're also responsible for Gundam too.
Yeah, they are.
So I'm hoping it's good, but
You're making me kind of want to watch it. Quit it, will ya?
oh
Yeah, don't. This isn't going to be good, no matter what. Actually, I want to, since I'm still on the Wikipedia article, I want to be able to banish it properly, because these names that are on this list here for this stupid little character, there's so many girls. There's so many girls, guys.
And
There's
they're
9 of
all
them.
kawaii!
And
They're
here
so
are their
cool.
names. Let me just say, I've watched a lot of anime. I'm sure we all have. We're all pretty familiar with Japanese culture. These aren't names. From the cast of main characters from left to right, top row, Maki, Nozomi, Ellie, that's E-L-I, so it looks like Eli, but it's probably Ellie, or Eri, more accurately, and Rin.
Eri.
Eri Winry. Middle row, Kotori, Honoka, and I don't care if I'm being racist. Y'all can go fuck a duck. And then on the bottom row, Umi and Nico.
Those are nothing compared to some of the names in Mobile Suit Gundam. Gundam
Dear
has some
God, get
weird
this
ass
out of my
names.
body.
Now,
Get this demon out of me.
see, it's not possible. This is what Japan is now. They will take a show like this, and they will build just a giant machine around it. And it all started with a show that I actually enjoyed, Dot Hack, the video games, the soundtrack, which was outstanding. And now it's mutated to this, where they're taking the J-pop groups that have 4,800 members and just having them do 18 different things, and then we end up with a show like this. And
So it's like cancer, is what you're saying.
it's metastasizing. It is metastasizing, and there's no real answer for killing it, unfortunately. I'm not really sure.
no cure yet.
Don't feed the demon. Don't feed it.
But that's the thing. The otaku over there, they love this. They eat it up. And
And you know
They
the
also
otaku
love
over here
boob
are going to do the
windows.
same damn thing.
Unfortunately, it's licensed to print money. is what it is.
Right?
that's the
I-
problem.
Oh,
I submit we all cosplay these characters next week.
I submit not. Can we move on to something else?
You know, this might get me a few ladies' attention while I'm at OhioCon. Lily, what do you think?
I think you should go for it.
This might be
You
a
have to be
thing.
comfortable with your body.
You gonna let me sew you that schoolgirl skirt?
I'm not comfortable with my body. I don't have the legs for that.
Is
I
your
don't have
body
the
not
legs for
ready?
that. No,
Aw, I thought your
it's
body
really
was
not.
ready.
My body is so not ready. I don't have the legs for it. I just don't.
Son, I am disappointed. I'm so disappointed that I used proper grammar instead of the actual meme.
I hang my head in shame, but I don't want you to see my bald spot.
That's why I wear a hat, David. Get it right.
Well, I've got my headphones right here. That's why, and it's not so I can actually hear things. This is all for style, because I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't.
Speaking of not knowing what you're doing, why don't you talk about something that you do know?
Exactly.
There is something that actually did catch my eye, and it's something from my favorite style of anime, the sci-fi mindfuck genre. Serial Experiments Lane, Technolize, Ergo Proxy, and there's another show coming from the creators of Lane and Technolize called Despera, that just started production with a brand new director. It was stuck in developmental hell because the original director, Ryotaro Nakamura, passed away, unfortunately, in 2013. It was greenlit back in 2009, but it had kind of stalled and been going kind of slow, and then the director died. But now it's back up, and I gotta say, this is a show with a cast and crew from two shows that are really high on my list, and I'm really excited about this because I love good sci-fi mindfucks with plots that really don't make any sense at all until the very last 2 minutes. And this is something that's right up my alley. Jack, I want to ask, have you watched any of these, like Ergo Proxy, Lane, and what do you think of Despera?
Actually, I am only familiar with Lane. Well, that's the one that I've watched. I know a little bit about Ergo Proxy because a friend who knows that I am a complete art snob when it comes to anime knows that I would possibly like it because it's fucking beautiful. But I have yet to see that.
Thank you, Jack.
This
Thank
is
you.
exciting.
So,
This is
the
very
fact that
exciting.
the fact that you appreciate the artwork in Ergo Proxy is just that makes my heart sing. That someone else finally appreciates that. But
Oh,
the
no,
story.
I will always notice that.
Oh, thank you so much. Especially for just getting beyond the fact that the main character in Ergo Proxy looks like Amy Lee from Evanescence. Thank you for getting past that.
I think she's beautiful. I don't care.
Thank you. But the story of Despera revolves around a 12-year-old girl who builds devices despite having no scientific background. It takes place sometime in Tokyo, and she's building machines with some kind of power that nobody has really been able to figure out yet. So it's starting to sound a little bit like Lane. Lily, have you watched any of these sci-fi shows that you know that I'm obsessed with?
I watched Elaine, and somebody, I can't remember who, I think it was for a podcast, made me watch, something that's being redone, that they finally cast for the main character is going to be some pretty actress. Oh, what was that? The thing I shared on your wall? Oh, yeah, Ghost in a Shell.
Not familiar. Sorry.
All right. Just wanted to
not ringing a bell.
Ghost in the what?
Yeah, Who in the Shell? I don't know. But
No.
yeah,
No.
this looks way different. The art style, at least, looks way different. I kind of like it.
It's definitely, just looking at a few of the pieces of artwork, it's definitely Lane-esque.
Yeah, it's more Lane than Hook, for sure.
This is definitely this is definitely from the team that made Lane, so I'm looking forward to it because, again, hashtag oldmandjm, I watched Lane when it was still on Tech TV, and yes, I
remember Tech TV.
I watched Tech TV.
Tech what? Is that like on 8 tracks or something?
Now, Jackson, this is back in the day when people still watched cable television.
Wow, that's a pretty long time.
Was it good?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
it was. people would go on the TV and talk about tech and video games, and they would show anime at night. They showed Last Egg Salad. They showed Lane. It was good. It was really, really good.
That's incredible. I have a question for you, Uncle DJM.
Yes, Jack.
So, I'm pretty familiar with Lane, so I kind of know the answer to this question even though I'm already asking it. Do you think that the little girl that is going to be featured in Ergoproxy, is featured in Ergoproxy, wording is really bad because I'm a child. Do you think that, unlike Love Live, that she is portrayed in any sort of sexual fashion, despite being under the age of consent in most countries except for fucking Japan?
Oh, Japan.
It's a pretty loaded question.
I can't. I've lost all my.
If you were to tell me, well, there are certain states in America where they intentionally make that kind of a gray area. Those also happen to be the specific states in the Union that have really interesting tastes in porn, according to various studies. So, unfortunately, that's kind of one I can't answer because certain states are really fucking perverted, and they just can't help themselves, even though they try and hide it.
Mm-hmm.
And they try and make laws where certain things don't go okay, even though they all enjoy them. But one thing I do know that always works, and you can see this with Ergo Proxy, is that Goth always does well. Goth does well across all demographics. And that's part of why Ergo Proxy caught off so well, because the main character looks like Amy Lee from Evanescence. Not saying that's a bad thing, it's just the immediate comparison that people make.
I see. I'm a fan of Ross Campbell, so that makes me very, very happy. I suppose if we have time during the plug-in section, I will plug his comic because it features a goth cast, so that's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
And don't worry, the professor and I will keep your secret about the weird porn that you have because you live in a weird state.
I really do. I really do. I could go on for days. Maybe Lily, that could be another podcast we could do where we could talk about like the weird porn people watch.
Only if we include hentai.
Guys, we're changing the idea. This is going to be Porn 3000 from now on.
And only if I can be Mistress Kiara instead of Lily Inverse.
It's like you don't even have to ask, hun.
Well, Sean has given me a lot of autonomy, so I will throw this at Sean Russell and see how he feels about the name change. But while we are still Anime 3000, let's talk about video games. I would say Hyrule Warriors. I believe this caught some people's eye from Nintendo Direct, where Iwata-san delivered directly to you. Please understand, this is a terrible impression. Hyrule Warriors will have Tingle. No, not going to the bathroom for your characters, but Tingle the character. Please understand. Jack, what did you think when you saw this?
I didn't want that game anyway, so I guess there's even less of a reason now. I'm sorry.
Colton?
Well, I don't really have much of an opinion since I'm not really that big of a gamer. I literally use my PlayStation 3 as a DVD player. But I don't know. I mean, I played. I guess I don't know. Like I played some of the Pirate Warriors games. That's about as close as I've ever gotten to Dynasty Warriors. So, and honestly, the only Legend of Zelda game I've ever played is Twilight Princess on the Wii, which was fun.
That's not a bad thing to have under your belt.
I never played any Zelda.
So, oh man. So I don't know. I mean, this does sound like a weird bit of news, but I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't go out and buy this game with my own money, or even download it because not just because of piracy, but because I'm just lazy. So I'm sure maybe my best friend Eric, who is a giant Zelda fan, will probably go out and spend $60 or $80 or however much people are selling this for, and probably buy it, and I'll probably mooch off him and play this because I like beat 'em ups to an extent. That's why I play Pirate Warriors.
I will admit, I did play the extended demo that was featured at my local Best Buy when this was a brand new release, and I liked it very much. However, being probably the biggest Zelda fan here, I didn't like it. I know it's not supposed to actually be a Zelda game, but I didn't like it anyway. It just didn't feel like a fun adventure. It felt like a mindless, not even a challenge, just a mindless obstacle of seas of creatures that never really happens in Zelda. The enemies are few, but they're powerful, and you have to think through and attack them. And you do so as Link. You never do so as that insufferable green knot fairy that Japan seems to have an enormous erection for. I mean, a relatively small, under-average sized erection for. Gotta be racially accurate.
Oh, that's just uncalled for. Although it does make me feel a lot better about myself. Thank you very much.
Amen.
Me too. Oh, wait, sorry.
And now I hate myself again.
No.
But I'm going to cheer myself up with something that I saw during the week. Now, some of you guys know my love of 70s theme songs from Japan. They're just wonderful. And I found out some great news. Marvel is streaming the Japanese Spider-Man series from the 1970s. Oh my god. If you guys haven't seen this show is amazing. It's really not like the
Spider-Man to be.
I've actually seen it. It's awesome.
It's awesome. It's wonderful. Colton, have you seen the Japanese Spider-Man?
No, but I have only heard legends and myths of a Spider-Man that has a mech. And
Yes.
I remember I was on a Marvel website one time, and I think they might have streamed this before, but then it got taken down or something, so I couldn't watch it. But I guess it's cool that they're streaming it again, because I've been wanting to watch it. And I certainly can't find it anywhere else, unfortunately.
Now, I think that I'm absolutely going to put a link in the chat for this one, because I want you guys to listen to the theme song for this one, because it's pure 70s and it's wonderful. It's got horns, it's got a man singing his heart out, it's got the little boo sound that I absolutely adore. That just drives me crazy. And
David.
Another thing, yes, Jack.
I was just gonna say, would you think that the only thing that could make this better is if in between the streaming for commercials they actually replace their usual commercials with Pepsi Man commercials? Because I think that would make it the best thing ever.
I just love,
Jack.
I love 70s Spider-Man's Sailor Moon type transformation that he's got going on in the beginning.
Now, Lily, you've got to realize the Japanese Spider-Man came out in 1974, and this show was the inspiration for all of that. Tokusatsu, Super Sentai, the magical girls. It was Spider-Man that first did the transformation into Spider-Man! And he was the first to have a mech. Spider-Man! And he had a mech, Leopardon. And the best thing about this, while I was looking this story up, I actually found out from some friends of mine that not only is Marvel streaming this, I found out that the Japanese Spider-Man, mech and all, and he calls himself the Emissary to Hell.
Yes.
This Spider-Man is canon.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
The Japanese Spider-Man, thanks to an issue of The Amazing Spider-Man, I believe it was episode 112, I believe it was 12 or 112, where Peter Parker went through various multiverses, getting other Spider-Men to stop a bad guy that was trying to destroy all Spider-Men in existence in all universes. And Peter Parker encountered Spider-Man with his mech. And everyone was asking him, Peter, where have you been? Would you guys believe I was in Japan and I met this guy? He's a Spider-Man too. And oh, by the way, he has a giant robot. Because of course he has a giant robot. He's from Japan.
Right? Doesn't everybody in Japan? You saw that link circulating on Facebook, right? That you can, like, reserve one now?
Yes. Oh my goodness. That story blew my mind. That
They were
Japan
on sale
is
for
actually...
Christmas.
Yes, on Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon Japan is actually taking reservations for actual mech robots, full-sized.
It's
Wow.
incredible.
We're here, guys. We're here. The future
Dibs
is
on
here.
Lancelot because I
And-
want
and
him
I
to launch.
And I'm ex-military. I want my goddamn robot.
Jesus.
I had a security clearance. I want my goddamn robot.
I've got the anime hair here. I want my goddamn robot.
I have been watching robot shows since I was 9, maybe even younger. I want my goddamn robot. Is that so much to ask?
Apparently not. They're here. We just gotta get the money.
Gotta do it.
And with
Gotta do
Sean, Kickstarter. We'll do a
I like it.
Kickstarter.
The official
Once we get the
A3K
funding.
robot.
The official A3K Gundam. We get the
Yes.
Kickstarter going. When it reaches a certain goal, we'll purchase one of these. We'll put the A3K logo on it, and we can all take turns piloting it.
I like it.
Jack, you're the younger one, so you'll probably be the best one to pilot it. I'll probably be the
Yes.
worst because I'm the old man, but I can be the commander like Bright Noah in Gundam. So
Yeah, you'll be
but if-
you'll be angry and drunk all the time, and
So if-
I'll cry a lot.
just know that I will have to smack some sense into you every now and then. Just
It's
so
okay.
you're aware.
And if I'm bleeding from my eyes, that just means that I'm
That just means it's working.
channeling
It's
Hideaki Anno. So oh, I'm
Would you
excited,
like some
guys.
Celexa if you're doing that? We'll make sure
I
we have some.
mustn't run away. I mustn't run away. I
Take
mustn't
your
run away.
meds. Take
Stop.
your meds.
Sorry.
Just take your meds.
Oh.
Colton, you threw one in the dock here about a passing, one that I actually took notice of once you mentioned some of the characters he played. Would you mind telling us a little bit more about this one? Chikao Otsuka.
Yep, Chikao Otsuka has passed away, unfortunately. Apparently, he was quite a veteran. I'm assuming from the same generation of people who used to be a part of the cast of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, obviously.
Just looking at some of the list of the characters he plays, this is absolutely outstanding. He's played some of the most significant characters of the modern era. This is really significant.
Exactly, because he's voiced characters such as Goemon Ishikawa from Lupin the Third. I'm probably gonna fuck up this name here. Aeolia.
Areola.
It's a name from. It's a Gundam name. I got you on this one, Colton. It's
Okay, thank you.
Aeola. It's Aeola Schuhenberg from
Thank you.
Mobile Suit Gundam 00.
Thank you. And most of all, I'm sure a lot of us here on the A3K network, I'm assuming, are One Piece fans. I know myself, Jack, and AW Brawler are.
Cody
this
as
was
well.
And Cody. This was the voice of the Gold Roger. So
Now we'll never know where the fucking One Piece is. I guess we're in due for another 1,000 episode, guys.
well,
Oh, you know Oda was going to make it about another 2,000 anyway. Stop playing.
Yeah. We'll never meet Gold Roger. It'll just be like, yeah, I guess we'll never find it. The end.
well,
Episode
Jack,
300.
Jack, I already told you it's a bathing suit.
ha,
They're searching for a bathing suit.
Now-
I don't know, man. It can't possibly be. There's just no correlation to that whatsoever. I don't know how you made that.
No.
you know,
One Piece. I mean, hello, Nami's walking around with barely any clothes on at all. She's probably
don't
looking
follow.
for a One Piece bathing suit. That's probably what it is.
I don't think so. That's a
Just-
shot in the dark there.
Justin, I really have to commend you for making a joke that I don't think anyone on the internet has ever made. Bravo, good sir.
Never heard it before.
I-
Absolutely not.
Nope.
I don't get it though, so it's okay. I don't get it.
But
Big
his
fucking deal.
Chikau's passing is also very significant because he's voiced a few very significant video game characters too, such as Maxwell from Tales of Exilia, apparently Big Boss in Metal Gear Solid 4, and
That's big.
Yeah.
and he also voiced Eggman in the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, apparently.
Oh.
And yet he couldn't stop the travesty that is Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal.
No.
I'm just gonna hide in my hat here for a minute, guys.
I'm really sad. I'm really sad.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not familiar actually with the Japanese Eggman, but I'm sure he's just as kick-ass as our English one. So
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you, the Japanese Eggman was fantastic.
it makes me
Evil
very
laugh
sad.
and all. And this is a man that definitely left a mark on the industry and fans all over the world. And he will truly be missed, and we wish him and his family all the very best and send our condolences. Sorry to end this on such a sad note, but we'll just jump into the takeaway. Lily Inverse, your first time on the A3K podcast. You made it. You survived. Now,
I did.
tell us all about... Yes, you did. Now, for your reward, you get to tell us all about what's happening in the world of Lily Inverse coming up.
Well, we are actually running a free custom cup giveaway right now. If you check out our Facebook, you can enter for free. It is www.facebook.com/lilyinversedesigns. And as always, our convention schedule is at www.lilyinverse.com. And we will be heading to TagFest next week and OhioCon the week after, and just cons all the way from here till forever.
That's awesome.
And if you mention you saw Lily on A3K,
I
she
will
might
totally
just
give you a discount.
yeah, use that A3K promo code.
Right.
All right.
And at OhioCon in Columbus, Ohio, Lily Inverse and I will be recording the next episode of the Nanashi Anime Podcast, and we'll be talking about panty and stocking.
I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I'm so
David?
excited to
Oh,
see
I
that
can't
face,
wait.
that ragey face.
I can't wait to talk about panty and stocking.
He loves it, guys. He thought it
I
was the
think he has
greatest.
a new favorite anime. I think it's topped Gundam.
Yeah, probably. He's just
Wow,
like,
yeah.
Cowboy
That face
Bebop,
says it all.
fuck that, panty and stocking.
Yeah.
Colton, what have you got for us?
I was gonna say Gintama, but I can't. I am my religion does not allow me to talk bad about Gintama. I'm so sorry, guys. But speaking of Gintama, it is one of the funniest shows ever made, and one of the funniest comics ever made. You should go check it out, go read it, go watch it. It's on Crunchyroll. All of it's on Crunchyroll. And when you finally get into Gintama, you should follow me on gintalifelessons.wordpress.com. I host a podcast called Life Lessons, the Gintama Manga Cast, where we go over the Gintama manga chapter by chapter. That show is always fun to do. I love Gintama, just in case you couldn't tell. I also help out with the Pony Bits podcast, a podcast about My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. I promise the podcast is a lot better than it sounds. Even if you don't like My Little Pony, I think we're entertaining, at least. I'm so humble. You can find that at ponybitspodcast.wordpress.com. Last but not least, you can always listen to me on The Manga Corner with the lovely JD Banks talking about manga and Japanese culture, like David's mentioned earlier. Next episode, we're going to be covering Assassination Classroom. So, yeah, some very interesting opinions on that episode. Hopefully that'll be out, if not within the next week, probably definitely before February. So look forward to that.
Jack Devlin, Irresponsible Captain Tyler Devlin, what have you got going on?
Well, since the whole Capcom Fighting Unity contest is over and done with, well, at least my entry is, I will be posting all of my rough drafts of various characters that I did not use on my Twitter, which is at JackD_Tyler_D. So you can look forward to that. You can also look forward to a couple of examples of musical that I will sing just because I'm a sellout. More insanity to come from, and a little bit more self-hatred than many of us are actually comfortable with dealing with our own selves. So if you enjoy all of that, follow at JackD_Tyler_D on Twitter.
You guys are starting to see why Jack and I get along so well, right? We both hate ourselves on Twitter a lot. You're starting to see why we get along so well. That is the A3K podcast, everybody. Tune in next week, same A3K time, same A3K channel, Saturday, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're live on the YouTubes every Saturday night. We are available via audio podcast at anime3000.com, through iTunes, through RSS, wherever podcasts can dream to be aggregated. My name is DJM. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and we will talk to you next time. Last but not least, shout out to the Diamond Club at diamondclub.tv. Thanks for listening.
Boom.
Love you.
Bye.
And
Next time.
that is a show. I am hitting stop.